All right, ladies and gentlemen, what you see on the screen is very simple. Okay, this comes back from 1980s. In 1987, I was helping Ken Yarborough. Prior to that, TRW Sperian. And what happened is based on setting up the system behind the scenes. Remember, credit bureaus were started because of inquiries. To make sure you didn't go to this bank, that bank, and 10 different branches, kind of jack it up and rip them off. We're going to talk about the 29% rule. Something you never got taught in the beginning, and that's why most of you screwed up anyway. Sorry to say, but it's true. Now, what do we get to do today? Number one, this is live. I'm on live 6 days a week. You can ask questions, you can type, you can text, we'll even open the mic. It's going to be up to you to understand and pay attention because most of you, sorry, you kind of screwed it up. No one taught you rules and tools. In the beginning, I'm going to say no pictures or recording, okay? I believe what you need to do is take pictures of something that matters today. So what do we get to do? Now, I accomplished all my goals. I have no excuses. I'm going to put you in check and say you have no excuses either. So if you have a sad story at the end of the day, I don't think people really care anyway. This is my opinion. Now, we're going to talk about see it, believe it, go get it. All right, I broke the record for the highest and fastest kick in planet Earth in 1981. So just to understand, let's make the record correct. White men do jump. I like goodies, Lamborghinis, and Ferraris. That's my goal. And why? It's my trophies. That's what I got to do, trophies. And that made sense to me. Now, basically in 1976, let's go back in time a little bit more. I created a system called winning the game of business. You see, I brought in my first million through corporate structure at basically 14 and a half. First billion at 21, by the way, through the corporate structure. 2.6 billion at 26. So understand, I've always turned it into a game and I want to play. What you get to do today is understand one thing is plan the problem. I think your problem is you because you didn't plan the problem. In other words, you got laid off or fired, had an emergency. I want you to think about what credit is all about. We're measured by a credit score, by our SSN as well. So let's understand how we play this game. I believe what you did in the beginning, it's like when you start a business or anything you're trying to do, is you sit at the kitchen table. We all tend to sit at the kitchen table. That's fine. That's where we gather, okay? Have dinner and talk, blah, blah, blah. I believe what you did when you wanted to start a business, you sit there with your friends and family, and you said, honey, we're going to start a business. What you did is you jacked up your credit, you dropped your score, you got stuck, couldn't get any more. That's what you did. You brought the pain home to you and your spouse, and you hocked your house. That's called silly and dumb, by the way, too. You see, what you should have done is understand rules and tools. You should put a sticky behind every credit card. You got to dummy proof this because what happens is you tend to forget when you're shopping. The ultimate goal is to never bring the pain home. That's what the goal is for me, and I like to convey that to you. Now, here's me, very simple. All right, basically, this is back in 90, 91, and 92. We got certificates. Oh, goody. You see, what happened with me is very simple. When I was training Ken Yarborough, TRW Sperian, there's an organization called the NACB, National Credit Bureaus of America. Not only did I get invited into it, they actually made me a master and all kinds of stuff because I knew how to play the game to win. The ultimate goal is simple. I knew about the rules and tools because I created half of them anyway. So what do we get to do today? Let's understand something. This shows 10% to 29% is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. Let's go to the board. Let's break this down. The way we designed the system back then was very simple. The oldest credit card of history is what establishes a report, and it keeps it on kind of flat line. The next thing is, if we have a $10,000 credit card, what do? The problem is you jacked it up, got stuck, couldn't get any more. In other words, here's 10,000, here's 50. No matter what you do, there's a percentage to utilization. If you use too much, what happens to the score? You drop it. You get stuck. Problem with most of you, you didn't know what you're doing, rules and tools, so you got stuck. And if you had a bad day, bad week, bad year, unfortunately, you drug it for 3 to 6 years. In other words, an oh shit day doesn't last but a day. Oh shit week is because you haven't got your income replaced. Oh shit years because you keep dragging your feet because you didn't know rules and tools, how to play the game. So remember something very simple. Every card fluctuates, all right, but these two do not. So what you did is you jacked up your credit, you dropped your score. See, on the credit bureaus, you'll see there's a graph that goes up and down. That's your heartbeat of your credit. So our goal is very simple as we look at this. A $10,000 credit card, you think it's $10,000. Let's go shopping, honey. Let's go to dinner. Stop. You can only use $2,900 on it. You use more than that, your score drops. You go back into the yellow, then to the red. Like I put here, 29% is green, 30 is red, 50 is red, or 30 is yellow, and 50 is red, like it says on the screen. I want you to see this, and I want you to understand where you kind of made your mistake. If we play the game, so understand something, $2,900 on a $10,000 card. That's all that's good. When you jacked it up, what did you do? You got stuck, you couldn't get any more. See, we have to understand we're trying to balance our score. So you're going like this and going, what do I do? What you did is you jacked up the wrong damn card. You panicked. I'm sorry to say, but I know shit day, week, month, year doesn't last forever. In the beginning to build your credit to start it, what did you do? Most people say, let's do an unsecured card or a secure card of this or that, or they want to be a co-signer or some crap. Co-signers, unfortunately, never do that because that other person just hurts you. The next thing, there's always a way to finance something. The next thing is you get people telling you need a secure card. The answer is no. I'm an affiliate. I can get you a card, usually with no credit at all. Usually anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 at a time. So what happens is very simple. If like anything else we're trying to do, as we play this game, let's understand something today. If I got you a tax ID and a tax ID, this is $7,500. This isn't even using personal credit at all. If someone wants an American Express card, here's one of those as well. So if we understand how to play the game, we never had to bring the pain home in the first place. The problem is what I call the lack of knowledge is the average person's stupidity. We're not stupid, but we do stupid all the time. Even I follow stupid sometimes as well. So your goal is to balance your score. See, that way you can get more and understand something, because when you have that old shit day, week, month, or year, you're going to get past that. We are responsible men or women. We have to man up, woman up. That's what we have to do. So understand rules and tools. Understand that for you, the goal for you is not to bring the pain home. But what do we get to do? Never bring the pain home. See, as a kid, I got to be born in a taxi. Using and abusing it pissed me off. I wanted to prove the world wrong. When I was put in a trash can because she didn't want me, they're a millionaire family anyway. So I wanted to get to million to billion, and I did that too. So what do we get to do? Let's understand something today, okay? You need today, in today's world for man and woman, you gotta basically plan the problem. We're all gonna go through shit, day, week, month, or year. It's just the way it works. That's like we're living in hell sometimes. We're trying to get to heaven when we die on the other side. Next, safety credit. I want you to think about something today. Okay, you got to take care of you and your family, correct? I would tell you to have $100,000 of credit. So if we look at $100,000 of credit, okay, we're going to use 29% only. Okay, that's basically leaves me $71,000 of safety. You see, for me, I don't want to bring the pain home. So if I have $100,000 of credit, maybe it's 2 of these cards here or 8 cards. Your goal should have 8 to 10 cards at anywhere from 5 to 10,000 each, because that'll help you get to the 750 and stay there. From there, these are the only cards we jack up. What did you do? You jacked up the cards not thinking about it. You listened to friends and family. They didn't know how to play the game anyway. Plan the problem, safety credit. See, it's a line of defense. We have to have the line of defense to protect our what? Family. If you don't build a line of defense, you're always going to get your assets kicked. And that's no fun. We get to play the game to win. That's the ultimate goal for me, is to play the game to what? Win the game of business. So once again, I want you to understand, 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. I designed this in the 80s. Understand something. When Credit Karma was saying 42% during the pandemic, they were wrong. I wanted to sue them for being so silly and dumb. But they have no phone number to help you. And they don't have all 3 bureaus anyway. It's like, it's a joke. I mean, I don't understand something. Most of your banks pull Experian, like Chase or B of A. But again, what do? Unfortunately, I believe you've been a duck and a sheep. Sorry to say, but it's true. So what do we get to do? Now, let's understand. All cards fluctuate. Let's write it down, but 2. All cards fluctuate, but 2. So if we look at our credit today, and we could balance that and solve that problem, and we use these cards past 29%, we're going to have a 750 score forever. That's the ultimate goal. See, no one on planet Earth should have shitty credit in the first place. Unfortunately, you didn't know any better. It's like when you buy a house and a car, what would you do? What most people do, unfortunately, husband and wife are on the loan, and that's called dumb. All right, see, a house and a car doesn't make your credit fluctuate at all. It's just there, but the reality is very simple. It doesn't hurt you or help you until you screw it up. Then it's basically going to hurt you. And if you put husband and wife on that loan, then you screwed up both of you at the same time. That's not good. And also, when the creditor is going to basically report it to the IRS as a 1099-C. So that gives you what, a credit problem and an IRS problem? See, you got to plan the problem. But your lack of knowledge is our stupidity. We're not stupid. We do follow stupid. So understand, I got American Express about 18 years ago to do a POT. It's a paid overtime limit. So what do? Well, let's think about something. Here's an American Express Platinum $100,000 paid overtime limit. Here are the division cards. What am I trying to do? Line up more credit, because that's how you finance the American dream and write it off in your taxes. We have no choice, because no one's going to hand you a bunch of money. That's how it works every day. So what do? So if we think about all cards fluctuating, and these do not, what card would we jack up in an emergency case? What would we jack up if we want to go past 29%? Rules and tools is how the discipline works. Unfortunately, you could have maintained a 750 forever, but you did not. Most of you screwed it all up because you didn't understand how to play. Understand something, I've been teaching and preaching for 49 years. Where have you been? You could have found me a long time ago. So what do? We want to get to 750 and never go past that again. But what happens is you got it all jacked up. What do? We got to create supply credit to do what? Supply credit can give me cash credit to reduce the debt. Maybe you're military, that's fantastic. If not, you have a friend and family, hopefully family member who is military, and I get you basically called an access code. I've gotten somebody at a 550 score, all jacked up on their credit, $20,000 at Navy. So we can go to SoFi, we can go to USAA. There's always a way to create some money to balance your debt. Now, what I don't want you to do is hire a credit repair company. And that's what most people do. They're going to repair my credit. Well, A, it's not broken. Here is Winning the Credit Game I wrote over 30 years ago. It's a free download. Everybody can get a copy. Most of those credit repair companies use it anyway. But understand, they indicted Daniel from the Credit Repair Cloud, the largest database out there teaching people how to get credit repair. He was federally indicted. He'll probably go to prison. So if you want to understand telling the truth, it's called Winning the Credit Game. Take a picture right now, please. I'd like you to take a picture and send it to everybody you know before they get ripped off by one of these credit repair flaky companies too. What do we get to do? Here is basically, all right, I want you to copy it again. Take a picture of this page. I create a system called basically debt crisis intervention. See, what happens is maybe you have a collection item. It hits your file again and again and again. It's not going away. What do? Understanding the basically debt crisis intervention is the Fair Debt Practices Act. We have to understand there's rights you have, and there are differences. No one's trying to teach them to you. So let's learn the rights we're trying to do today and balance our score so we can actually not bring the pain and we can get some more credit and finance the business. What do? Well, next, we need all three bureaus, okay? I'm sorry, but when you give Credit Karma because it's free, that's a half-assed job. Sorry to say, but it's true. They only have two bureaus. There's no phone number to help you, okay? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they should be fired and shut down. I'd like you to understand something today. Analytical 750 that I like, it makes sense to me. It's an easy platform. What happens is Experian is going to be the report that Chase polls. Chase basically is for cards. Freedom, Sapphire, and even the Ink cards, they have 5 of those. Let's understand. Business credit doesn't show up on personal file at all unless it's a Spark card. From there, if I'm going to get Chase to give me Freedom or Sapphire or Ink cards, they have 5 of those, usually up to 22 months, no interest. It's kind of like free money. But I need the Experian report. I don't need a half-ass you-know-what. I need a good job. I want to understand how to analyze you. So what do we get to do? So I'd like you to take a picture right now. I'd like you to scan it later today and sign up for that. It's $25 a month. Now what happens is they're going to analyze you for free the first time anyway. This is an investigation sheet. They're going to tell you exactly what it takes step by step, how to get to the 750 score. This is an 828. So the reality is it's going to be up to you to listen and learn, and that's what I help endorse them and teach them what they need to know today. But again, it's going to be up to you to pay attention. What do we do? Well, Analytical 750 is going to basically fire Credit Karma. That's what I want them to do. They're going to call you every 46 days. They're going to analyze your credit report the first time for free. They're going to charge you $25 a month. You see that LifeLock thing out there? Be careful, please. They've been indicted 6 times. Their last indictment's $100 million, okay, for fraud. So understand something today. Analytical is going to really help you. $25 a month. What are they going to do? Call you every 46 days and teach you what you need to do. And that's what you should be doing step by step. There's no more guessing anymore. Now, their next phase for Analytical 750 is they're setting up the Dun & Bradstreet for people, for their corporations, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. These are the business reports. Here's one dashboard for personal and business that can help you every step of the way and rebuild your life, and so you don't screw it up anymore. So again, I'd say take a picture right now and scan it later today, and that's what you should do right away. So that can help me build you some credit up and away as well. So let's understand something. If you're ever going to be an entrepreneur, the reality is very simple. Here's 12 million. How much would you like? There's a reason they call me the godfather of credit. 60 billion of credit so far built for me and my clients. But we get to play the game to win. That's the ultimate goal. So let's think about something today. I believe today if you lost your job, you're going to screw it up. You see, that's oh shit day. So what does that mean? I lost my job, I got an emergency, oh shit day. What am I going to do? The problem I have next is I'm running out of time. I'm running out of time. If I don't find a job the next day or week, that's an oh shit day week, okay? In 8 months, I'm going to have shitty credit. I won't be able to pay my house payment, my car, and feed the kids, and now I've always screwed it up some more. So what do we have to understand something today? Oh shit day, month, week, or year. So understand, we got 8 months to get back on our track. Most of you have shitty credit for 3 to 8 years because you drug your feet not knowing how to play the game and win. See, those rules and tools are pretty damn important. I created them in the 80s, by the way. Let's increase all our limits on our cards. Let's turn around from here and let's be analyzed right away by me personally. I'll personally go online with you and explain your credit report step by step. I have a class on that tomorrow at 1:30 if you'd like to play. Let me know. Next, what happens is this, is we're going to look at 100,000 of credit. What did I say for 100,000 of credit? 29%, that's 29,000, but then I use me 71,000 of safety. When I design this, it's 1 year's salary, by the way. So I don't have to ruin my score. I can take care of my family, do my job as a man and a husband and a father. See, that's the goal. We got to man up and woman up. Next, we have to understand how to cut the crap out. The average person wastes $50 every other day. If you spend $5,000 on this card today, either one of these, the payment's usually going to be $50 to $200 a month. What you actually wasted anyway. So what do we get to do? Next, we have to focus on a corporation because it's a legal person, public record. Then we have to think about division process. So we have the ability to play. If we look at the board today, our ultimate goal is very simple. We want to take a corporation. We want to have corporate umbrella and create division process. Each division separates liability. So we create a line of defense. Your problem is you didn't have a line of defense for you. You're a bullseye, that means you're a duck and a sheep, by the way. This means you should have had 3 divisions of you. You have the right to create a division of you and create a line of defense. You didn't plan the problem, and that's your biggest problem for you. I always plan the problem. All right, when I was a kid being used and abused, eating out of a friggin' trash can, it pissed me off. Knowing my family were billionaires and they threw me in a trash can, it pissed me off too. I wanted to prove them wrong. So that's what I had to do. It's corporations, illegal what again? Division process as well. Now, I like to do this and understand a different way. If I get 100,000 in corporate credit and personal credit for you, I can get the American dream. So if I have 100,000 of personal and 100,000 of business, I create a $5 million company. Then I'll get it to 10 million. Is that okay with you? So what's our goal? Every one of these cards is a $100,000 paid over time limit. So if I got 2, would you like 99 more? See, every division has the ability to have its own credit file to finance itself. Unfortunately, what most people did is they stole the money from their family and their credit and screwed it all up. The investment. Now, I'd like you to drive through your city today. When you drive down that main street, I want you to stop at the light and look at the Wendy's restaurant. Then I want you to look in the mirror in your visor and go, why the hell did I don't own it? The storage unit, the laundromat, the car wash, the apartment complex. You see, you've been driving by your opportunity, your life since day one, even as a kid. I don't understand. I've been doing auto income, all right, getting boring and steady for over 49 years. It makes sense to me. I bought my first storage unit when I was 19 with my ex-father-in-law, Dr. Robert Soltis. He ran the LA School Board. What did we get together? Each one of us got $17,350 a month to the corporation. We absorbed the money. We didn't have to pay tax till we got profitable. Debt offsets taxes. So before you screw up again, I'd like you to think about the 29 and 25% rule that I designed in the 80s as well. What you might want to do today is just fire yourself, all right, and then basically rebuild you. So what do we get to do? Remember, when you're running out of time, you pick the wrong damn card. That's on you. What do we get to do today? Raise way of life. Let's think. All right, I wanted to create books for what I call dummies. That was already taken. So I created a system called the Millionaire's Founders Kit. It also is the blueprint of success. That's the ultimate goal. All right, it's 1,000 steps. Every book is for every month of the year. At the end of 12 months, you have a $1 million structure. Everybody can do to win, and that's the ultimate goal to do. But it's up to you. So the goal is like repackaging America I had in the 80s and 90s, incorporating you, and even Only America I gave to Don King for his movie and his book. So what do? Let's repackage you my way for a while, because I think your way, sorry, it sucks. So we understand something today. If you and I partnered together, because here's the problem. Every time you try to do something, you kind of screwed it up. Because you're not there, you don't know what you're really doing, I'm sorry. You kind of did a half-assed job a little bit. That's okay. You tried. As long as you're trying, we're not dying. If we're not trying, we must well be dead. If today we took a coaching program, that you and I were in a partnership, there's a difference in coaching, your business or corporation, and you and I partnering together. If we partner together, it's very simple. I want you to get your cell phone ready to understand something. 100,000 of personal credit, you need that. 100,000 of business credit, you need that too. You need subdivisions. So in other words, a division has a subdivision. As I designed this in 1985, this will have basically one more subdivisions. Those are lines of defense. In other words, if you look at Bank of America today, they have bankrupt over thousands and thousands of branches called tax IDs and separate subsidiaries called corporations. A division, your name's not on it. So if I have divisions and subdivisions, I get to play the game. So let's understand something today. A blueprint call, that's you and me on the phone for an hour, by the way. I'd like to blueprint your whole life with your partner of life if I could, if you let me please, because I'll get you to millionaire, I'll guarantee it as well. You see, if you do everything I tell you to do, you're gonna get to $1 million to $5 million easily. But your problem is you need to turn these up and pay attention. The 12 months coaching program is me and you on the phone every other week. Now, this is usually about $45,000 because I'm going to change your life and put you in a franchise type of business anyway. You and I are going to partner up in an escrow, by the way. Now, if we did it today, we give you basically a discount, so it's $20,000. So instead of $45,000, understand it's $20,000 if it's done today during a webinar with me. Got it so far? They get all the goodies. Now, let's say you don't want any goodies. That's okay. Maybe you don't need them. Maybe you already have them. What do we get to do? I have this 3-day summit coming up. It's called the Puppet Master Club. All right, it's the first one I've done since 2009, by the way. So let's understand something. I'd like you to learn to be a puppet master. This year is my last and final workshop and boot camp anyway that I'm doing this year. It might be even permanently. See, next year will be number 50 years. I promised my wife we'd go on a business trip for about a year or so. I'll broadcast where I'm going anyway, just have a little fun with you. What do we get to do? If you want to be one of the people in the summit online or in person, let me know. Today, 12 months of coaching with you, or a 3-day event, is $10,000, all right, if you did it today. That means you're in this room with me or online. It's going to be up to you. But no goodies is $10,000, so it can fit any budget you're trying to do. Now, the 3-day summit is very simple. Okay, it is August 29th, 30th, and 31st. This is where you're going to learn to be a puppet master, and that's the ultimate goal for all of you. See, I don't think you learn how to do this anyway no matter what you try to do in business. And I think what you did is you had the same rerun yesterday, the day before, and that's what you've been doing all along. Why don't I just personally train you and clone me into you? Do it my way for a while. See, I think your way sucks, just to be honest with you. So the 3-day event is going to get you ready for an escrow. That would be the goal. Get ready for escrow D, become a puppet master, but it's up to you. So I'd like you to take a picture of that. There's a scan. You can do the scan and sign up later today. But if you did this, you're not going to get those bonuses with me. So again, you got choices, 1,000 steps, rules, and tools. So I created the Millionaires Founders Kit, all right, over 35 years ago, having fun. Keep in mind, I've updated it all through the days and through the years anyway. I sold it at the Bonaventure every Wednesday night for 32 years in Los Angeles, being the second largest advertiser for California anyway. So if you like to play, let me know. There's my oh shit day for me. You see, before then, I'm worth $3.7 billion through corporate structure, $2.2 billion in real estate alone, not counting $1 billion of notes. But again, my wife wanted to take out one of the yachts to watch the fireworks on July 4, 2009. 72 people, we took the middle yacht out. Someone had a virus, didn't tell anybody. Guess what I am? I'm laying in a coma. July 5th, I died at 5:41 for a while or two. What do I get to do? My wife's panicking. She's going crazy. What happens next? She calls Ron from the office, my district manager. Ron, I need your help. Ray's in a coma. He's going to die. Ron gets a U-Haul truck to the office and steals books and CDs instead of helping my wife that day. Ron, basically, the next thing is, here's Tom. You see, I have 50 million people in my database. I've analyzed 50 million people so far. My info commercial, my TV and my radio shows as well. Tom basically finds the highest bidder because there's 50 million people in the database. By the way, he sold it to a porn site. Never call the phone number on the CD, please. So the people around you, will they hurt you? Will they knock you down or rip you off? Some of them have done that before too, right? So what do we get to do? Very simple. It is called the Blueprint of Success. We're going to take the 18 books and CDs and tear them apart for 3 days, the financial series, the real estate system, and the Millionaires Founders Kit. You're getting stuck with me for those 3 days in person or online. If all you want is the 3 days, okay. All right, I'll give you $50,000 of credit. I'll charge you $5,000, and now you're in basically the 3 days event as well. So in other words, you save about $5,000 of doing it today. If all you want to do basically is be online and not pay attention in person, that's up to you. What does this mean? You could actually do it for $1,999. See, I want to take away your excuses on my last and final boot camp this year. The puppet master could be you if you want it to be, but it's again up to you to follow through. What do we get to do? If you partner with me, it actually becomes free, by the way. So what do we get to do? Take a picture, scan it, sign up online, get not all the discounts, and you'll get all the bonuses, or do it now. The ultimate goal is simple. Here's Zelle. Zelle is what I love because they set it up on July 6, 2022. All 6 banks bought it. It's a great platform because you don't have to pay 5% for like a card. All right, so understand today, you can Zelle, you can call 800-254-9506. There's a 5% if you use a credit card because that's what the bank charges us, by the way. So let's understand, if you want to email me, there's my email address to use a card, or I'll have somebody call you right away, but it's up to you. As we play the game, understand what I'm trying to get you to do. I want you to get ready for an escrow. If I build you credit lines and credit cards and all the pieces, and I get you up to that $12 million goal here or more, I want you to write a check to escrow. I want you to control that as well. So the bottom line is you get to get to an escrow and write a check. You get to control the escrow. Nobody can hurt you anymore. Here's chapter 18. A corporation's a legal person. It's right there. I was lucky paying attention while I was being used and abused by the whole family anyway. I was 7.5. I rode my bicycle down to the Torrance Police Department the next day. Library next door, man, what does this mean? I just wanted to know what a corporation, a legal person meant. She walked away, she was kind of rude. 5 minutes later, here's a microface buck. I learned the thing about blueprints from Joanne as a kid. I lived on Delane Street in Torrance. All right, Joanne wired Apollo 9, 11, and 13. The monkey that went up in space was actually a neighbor as well. It's kind of fun to watch that too. But again, so corporations are what? By the way, corporations are free in all 50 states, by the way. You just pay a little filing fee. Sorry that you paid thousands of dollars for a piece of paper, didn't learn diddly squat. On the bottom here, 17983 messed me up. When I was 9.5 years old, I knew it was wrong. Went to the library for 2 years. So I'd like you to take a picture right now, please. I'd like you to get corporation articles in this world for free. I want you to send it to everybody you know. It's free, 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 free. Why would people spend thousands of dollars for a CPA and attorney or corporate service when they're free and you pay a little filing fee anyway? So tell the world about it today. Pay you a little fee of 30 to $100 anyway. What do you get to do? Simple. You get to repackage your life the right way. But again, it's going to be up to you to pay attention and turn these up today. Now, Helping Hand is my first corporation. It cost me $10. I set away $10. I was 9.5 years old. Very simple. I got $100,000 credit came in the mail. Freaches all out too. See, they got credit cards in the mail in the 70s and 80s without applying for credit. I got named in the movie Day, by the way. I started the Orange County Blind Center when I was 12.5. I got named in a lawsuit. You see, I'm going to prove something to you today. Corporations on Secretary of State's website, when they sue it, they sue you. You're the only voice it has, so you're a duck and a sheep no matter what you do. What do we get to do? Well, the word Braille belonged to Braille Institution. I didn't know that till I got named in a lawsuit. Never bring the pain home. Here's the lie. You lie to yourself, sorry, and I think of the attorneys and CPAs lie to you too. Corporation, you can file bankruptcy, fantastic. I watched this stupid commercial or this thing on TikTok. He's driving down the street. Well, if your corporation screws up, you just file bankruptcy. That guy is the idiot of idiots. And the corporation files bankruptcy. Let's understand something. You guarantee the credit card. You guarantee the lease of the building. You guarantee for the damn car. They're coming to get you anyway. You see, your problem is you. You don't have a division of you. So if anybody like that idiot out there says you can file bankruptcy, just remember they're still coming to get you. You're the duck and the sheep. You don't want to be a duck and a sheep, right? So you do a division of me. A division of me solves your problem. Debt follows tax ID. I don't like stupid. I see it all the time. Your corporation's allowed 4 things. That's it. In my opinion, this is Ray's rules. We buffer tax. No taxes due till we're profitable. Corporate credit's all the damn write-off and interest rate as well. Car's fleet price. Hotel is free buffet. That's all you're allowed to do. Next, you have 7 things the division gets to do, and I created a division process in 85, 86. Line of defense. They're cheap, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price, multiple credit reports. I can take 2 cards, 1 card to make it 99 more. I bet you I can finance the business. What do you think? And not steal it from my family. Because that's what you've been doing for you. Real estate, I get to separate liability called a line of defense. So write down line of defense, please. We're building a corporate umbrella we're entitled to. Debt follows tax ID and SSN, by the way, if you don't know that too. We get to play. Now here's the problem. You're in another state. That's okay. I have $62 million of credit card aimed at this address on my dashboard. $62 million. Or if you don't have a real office, you have this one in the mailbox, etc. kind of thing, you might want to consider having my office in California for you. If you're in California, that as well. Here's your real address. I'll build credit here is also where your address is too, but it's going to be up to you. In other words, some of you pay for shared office space. Some of you pay for that UPS store and all those pieces. You don't have to pay all that fees. You could sign up today and use my address right away and I'll pop your credit too, but it's up to you. So I'm going to tell you to call 800-254-9506 and ask for Julia, because she'll help you line up that shared office space for you, and I can build you up and away. See, I like to build you $1 million of credit, by the way, if you don't know that. In the beginning, probably $100,000 to you and to the corporation too. So that way we get started up to that $5 million dream. So again, take a picture, scan that later today. Sign up or call Julia right away. It's pretty simple to do. 800-254-9506. See, the goal is to give you solutions for every problem. You're going to have these cards here, up to 10 of them, up to $10,000. Then you're going to have these 2 cards that don't fluctuate, because I'll guarantee that for you too. Your corporation will have $1 million of credit. So will every division. How many divisions would you like? How many millions would you like too? How many projects would you like to play in to separate liability? But it's going to be up to you to play and learn to play the game and win. That's why I wrote it basically in 1976. Danny's a partner in the 80s. What did we do? We bought an apartment complex. 64 units, that means 66 divisions. I want to do assignment of mortgage to every one of these tenants. I want to become the bank. I created a form called assignment of mortgage in the 70s and 80s, by the way. It's been approved in all 50 states. We could play my way if you like. Again, what do you get to do? How many divisions do I need? Let's see. If I want $1 million of credit, I need one division in corporation to get 9 more locations and 9 more credit cards. So that could be 9 lines of credit. So 9 divisions for locations, 9 divisions for what? Credit purposes, up to $1 million of credit. So let's play my way for a while. So 9 makes 18, 18 is 36, 36 is 72. So based on your projects, how many divisions you're going to need. Do you understand that so far? And even subdivisions. In my books 35 years ago, I put this in there on purpose to show you corp, division, subdivisions, and more. That got up to $16 million of credit, by the way, to finance the American dream. That's the ultimate goal for all of you. So we play the game to what? Win again and again. So American Express does not what? Fluctuate. POT time, paid over time limit, up to 100,000. The cards can be maxed up to $1 million. All these other cards fluctuate. These do not. So let's remember the rules that I created in the 80s, in the 70s and 80s, 25-29% rule. Got it so far? We get to play. Here's American Express offering the Reynolds University 99 cards. That literally could be $100 million of credit cards. Manageable debt, $100,000 of personal, business, and auto income, and leverage money. That should be your ultimate goal, by the way. So if we take basically borrow money, what are we going to do? Why don't we take borrow money as you're driving through your city today, looking at the Wendy's, the storage unit, the laundromat, the car wash, and these things. Why don't we take borrow money and buy the lifetime income? See, that's why I think you blew it anyway. You didn't pay attention to the things you're driving by. You should understand. You should own every one of those. But again, what do we get to do? We get to play the game and win. That's what I designed in 1976. So that gets you to million to billion, by the way, if you pay attention today. What do we get to do from here? Well, I had $53 million of credit cards. I had a problem. In the late 80s, they're shrinking my limits. I went to the library one more time because we didn't have cell phones back then. C-191D. It says a private corporation can loan out money privately. So that's what I did. I took $4.6 million, all right, took it into buckets of money at $10,000 each. The notes behind it were $1.1 billion, and I created $190,000 a month. Is that okay? See, the goal is how to play the game to win. So you probably want a copy of my book called Buckets of Money. Hopefully you got a copy already. If not, I'll get you one too. We get to play my way for a while. I think your way, sorry to say, sucks. So what do we get to do? A division. I created the dashboard in 1987 while I'm training Ken Yarborough, CRD, all right, basically for TRW and Asperian, security chief and all. The dashboard allows me to use a what? History. 2,000 of history starts a credit file. Asperian, Treasury, and Equifax, even down on Bradstreet. So again, I don't need separate tax IDs until I actually daisy chain the credit. So if you want, I can create division process for $1,000 each. Get tax ID and a bunch of history and pop some credit for each division as well. Take a picture. Would you like 3? Would you like 9 or 12? At a discounted price with or without credit. Take that picture now, please. What's going to happen is today I will double the numbers for you. You get 3, I give you 6. You want 9, you get 18. You got 12, you get 24. So the goal is to double the numbers for you while we're online today with you. If you wait after I'm done with the broadcast, it's okay. Then you just pay normal price. If you Zelle for something today, you save 10% on that too, because we don't have to charge the 5% fee. So I'm sorry to say, but I watch all the TikToks, YouTube, and Google and all those things, and all I keep hearing them, rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. I'm sorry they're not rich. I don't know why they're confusing the world. They're not rich. If they were rich, it would be poor, because the IRS would have took all the money anyway. You want to be rich? Say no. You want to be a millionaire? Say no. Corporation millionaire? Oh, yeah. So if we take a corporation with 9 divisions, that means one card times 9 more. There's $1 million of credit, by the way. If we take each division for a location of a Wendy's, a storage unit, a laundromat, dry cleaner, whatever it could be, that's called boring and steady. You drive by that every day. Why don't you own it anyway? What's your problem with you? Your problem is you didn't learn how to play the game. So let's understand my way for a minute, please. I studied the Kennedys, the Hiltons, the Gettys, the Fords, and all these things that they did, how to leave something as a legacy. So we have the ability to understand something today. I would tell you to do what I did. You see, my son is 11 years old, by the way. These are his courtesy checks from his credit files. And as my daughter, she's only 17. I have 5 daughters and a boy. They've all had credit scores since they were born. I started a corporation since they were born anyway. So you might consider your son or daughter, maybe your grandson, your granddaughter. Why don't we train people to start out right? Is that okay? We could start out right and have to play the game if we want to. Today, if you want to play the game to win, for instance, like 100,000 of credit, no problem. We normally charge 10%. That's about 10 grand. The goal is to give you about 10 times your money back anyway. What do we get to do? Well, the office is selling it for $8,000 today, but online it's special to you. It's $5,000, 5 grand. 100,000 of credit, that would be for you and also do for the corporation, do 200,000 of credit. It would make sense because that's the ultimate goal, to get the $5 million dream, but it's up to you as well. So if we play this game correctly, we get the discount today right away, 50% discount we get to play, and you get to learn about more auto income anyway, the goal. Then I like 100,000 of corporate credit as well. See, I understand something. We personally need 100,000 for safety as well. 100,000 corp in each division process, daisy chain the credit. If you want 200,000 credit today, it's pretty simple. We could double the number to 10. Why don't we just do it for 8 across the board? $8,000. If you sell it, you save 10%. Now we're building 100,000 to you and the corporation at the same time. You see, the goal for you is to understand. For the next 3 to 6 months, I want to get you auto income, but I need you to pay attention and follow through. But again, that's up to you. If that is Zelle, $8,000 right away, that's 200,000 of credit. 100,000 for you, 100,000 for the corporation as well. Then you're stuck with me some more. As we play, there's that Zelle today. If you need to call the office, 800-254-9506. Just talk to a specialist. They'll hold your hand every step of the way. That's the ultimate goal. So understand, we want to repackage you like Humpty Dumpty. I don't want you to think, I just want you to do what I tell you to do, by the way. So what do we get to do? Winning the game of business. This man, I feel he's lying. I lost my job. I got 2 kids to feed. If you lost your job, let's understand something today. That means you lost your job, you have an apartment. You have what? A house? All right, that means you can drive Uber, Lyft, DoorDash. The next thing is you got kids you want to feed your kids, go to the church for the food. But the man's wearing his jammies, so I don't believe him, to be honest with you. So what do we get to do? Let's play my way for a while. You see, my old shit day was basically July 9th, or in 2009, and the next day I was in a coma. I get to hear everything, but I can't move. My wife's freaking out. What are we going to do? Well, my wife signed a POA. All right, that's a power of attorney, by the way, and I lost $3.7 billion in signature. But I got 3 divisions of me, 5 closet divisions. Remember the 3 divisions for you? 5 closet divisions. I built $1 million of credit in less than 6 weeks. I bought my wife her next dream house. All right, I don't bring the pain home like you, and I don't understand why you do it too. You got to understand, you get to play the game to win. Today, you could have made $1,000, by the way. $1,000. You could have actually registered your referrals on my system, and it would ask you, would you like a Zelle, a check, or a store credit? You're making $1,000 today. So take a picture of that as well. So if we can help you and help me and help other people, should we not do that too? The goal is to play the game and win. So understand, here's classes. Do you understand I'm online 6 days a week live? Friday classes as well, and all through Saturday. These are classes in rotation and specialty. All right, so you get to play with me. I've been teaching and preaching for 49 years. The bottom line is going to be up to you. So understand something. When I was a little kid, I kept answering the question. There was being nosy. How you doing, little boy? Always good. That's my answer to everybody. Even to this day, it became my signature. See, I set my mindset. I don't let somebody steal my peace. And then to myself, I always say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. So guess what we get to do? I'd like you to be a puppet master. I'd like to have you join me in the Puppet Master group that's coming up August, all right, 29th, 30th, and 31st. You see, I set up a Puppet Master Club 40 years ago. It's kind of fun. In other words, it's like Linda here today. She took the Hyatt Hotel in Texas and converted it to the Blueprint Apartments. She needs 142 divisions, by the way. Separate liability. Take a picture right now. Scan it later today. You'll see that she'll tell you I made her $1 million or 5 times. She started in the program for $2,000. It cost her $26 a month. She used a card, by the way, in 1986. She joined my Eagle's Nest program. They went worldwide, by the way. That program right there is $27 million to her. We get to play the game. I believe Shaq's a puppet master. All right, he's winning the game of business. Warren Buffett's a puppet master. Me, I set up the Puppet Master Club 40 years ago. Here's 1,013 divisions. For liability separation and to become the bank. Assignment of mortgage. We have the ability to play the game to win. But again, what do we do at the end of the day? Boring and steady, boring and steady. I didn't really want to run a business, and that's what I didn't want to do, so I didn't want to do that at all. I'd like you to get out your cell phone right away. Let me take your corporation today and give you 9 divisions. We're going to take and get you 9 cards. All right, would that be okay? Get up to $1 million of credit and finance the American dream. Then each division is going to have the ability to have a different function. Maybe you're going to have a Wendy's, an apartment complex, a storage unit, a laundromat, a gas station, a car wash, and EV charging stations. This is what I've done for over 49 years. So I'd like you to take a picture, understanding up to $100,000 to $1 million a month. Next, it says financial freedom. You see, this is what you should have done a long time ago. Sorry, I don't understand why you did not do it at all. That's all I ever did for me to get boring and steady. Now, if you name your corporation after you, I'm going to call that dumb. If you name it what it does, that's double dum-dum. And if it actually does business, that's triple stupid, by the way. That doesn't mean you're doing stupid. You're just following stupid anyway. You see, a corporation, when they sue you, the only voice it has. If you have division process like the banks and grocery stores do, they bankrupt locations to keep the assets and offset their taxes. You will need $100,000 of credit to partner with if you want to. You're going to take it from a line of credit or something, correct? But I don't want that money. I want you to put it in escrow. What determines the amount you get on a monthly basis is how much you put into a project. In other words, winning the game of business. So what do we get to do today? A blueprint call. I don't think I can help you 100% until I spend an hour on the phone with you and your partner of life, past, present, and future. I like to think about family. All right, I like to think about corporation and 18 divisions in the beginning. Then I want to think about irrevocable trust. We're going to plan to live, we're going to plan to die, by the way. Then we're going to think about your car and your house, protected by division process and trust. We're going to look at auto income, cash flow for you per time. A blueprint call with me for that hour with your partner of life, the office sells over $2,000. If you did it today, during the webinar, it's $9.99 right away. It's up to you. Remember what our goal is? Winning the game of business. My system I originally wrote in 1976. Playing the game my way for a while. If you Zelle today, you save 10%. That's up to you as well. The goal from here would be, if you partner with me, that blueprint call becomes free. The ultimate goal. I had a problem in 1984. It was simple. I got a letter in the mail. It asked me to pay a franchise tax fee in California for every corporation, $800 to $1,000. I go, what the blankety blank? I own Shakey's, Subways, all right, 31 flavors, shopping centers, condos, all kinds of stuff. It would have cost me over $1.2 million in franchise tax fees. Sacramento, can I create a form? Can I create an entity under the corporation, please? Create a form or basically modify one. Okay, I modified a form. 17,983, that was wrong in the first place. Your corporation will be 4A. One of my corporations will be number 4. If we need another person, there'll be A, B, C, and D. Got it so far? So what position would you like? Would you like 25%, 50 or 75% of a franchise, a Wendy's, a storage unit, a laundromat? What would you like? See, that determines your income, by the way, to the corporate structure. We get to play my way for a while. Sorry to say, I think your way sucks. Because you didn't pay attention. You didn't realize when you drove by that Wendy's, you should have said to yourself, why don't I own it? That's what you need to think about today. I've been doing this since 1987, by the way. So if you want to play in a coaching program with me, let's man up, let's woman up, let's coach together. So understand today it's very simple. It's a 12-month program. Every other week you're on the phone with me. All right, you're going to get to the summit and the boot camp today. I want you to take a picture because you're going to need $100,000 of personal, business, 25 subdivisions, a blueprint call. And you need coaching for 1 year every other week. This is normally $45,000, by the way. Ultimate goal, the bottom line is for you. Today, If you basically sign up today and want all those goodies, it's $20,000 today. It's up to you again. If you don't need goodies because you already have them, because we're going to be winning the game of business, and it's $10,000 today. If it's done today, you get to get the 3-day summit. If it's not done today while I'm broadcasting, the summit's off the table. When you call the office, you'll pay for it separately, understand? It has to be a now situation, or basically you don't get it for free. But that's, again, up to you. 3-day event is 1,000 steps, rules, and tools. This means flat out August 29th, 30th, and 31st. If you just want to go to the summit, we can do that too. I'll give you $50,000 of credit. I'll charge you $5,000. Screen it, take a picture right away. What do we get to do? Go through the 18 books and CDs. If you don't want any credit, you just want to go to the 3-day summit online and have a pizza party with your friends and family, go ahead and do that too. But here's $50,000 of credit for $5,000 today. But again, if you don't want to get the what? Bonus credit, all you need to do is online, do what? $19.99. There you go. See, the goal is to take away all your excuses. Understand? I'm going to teach you more rules and tools you ever learned in your life, anywhere you ever went to. Today, you're learning things you never knew, and you should have known them since day one. What do you have to do? That's free if you partner today, and you pay in full while I'm on the webinar with you. So we get to play the game. You can scan it right away, too. What is our goal? I like Zelle, because there's no 5% fee. If you need to call the office at 800-254-9506, they will charge 5% fee if you use a credit card, because that's what the bank charges us. That's the goal. So understand, when I started the Reynolds University in 2001, the goal was to help people and teach them how to get the American dream. So understand, that's what I'm trying to do with you, winning the game of business. If you need a private coaching program, maybe 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months, and you want private coaching for your business, it's very simple. All you have to do is call the office, talk to one of the specialists, they'll customize a package for you. And that's the ultimate go-to. That phone number is 800-254-9506. Once again, the ability to play. I'm going to tell you every step of the way is look behind the curtain every step of the way. Look behind the curtain every day. You have to understand something today. We have to stay safe, strong. We have to do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. Problem with most of you, sorry, you didn't learn the 29% rule I set up in the 80s. You didn't balance your score. You got stuck, couldn't get any more. 100,000 in credit, 71,000 in safety, corporations, divisions, and subdivisions too. You have the right to have 3 divisions of you. So you have a chance right now to get all these goodies and discounts right away. If you Zelle right now, or you call the office at 800-254-9506. That opportunity and these prices right now are good for the next 10 minutes. After that, then you go to normal price with everything you do. 800-254-9506. My name is Ray Reynolds, and I am the godfather of credit. Built $60 billion so far. So we do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And never forget, at the end of the day, God loves us all.